migrate, or all the dyes that did migrate. They're not supposed to migrate to other layers. They figured out what percentage of each dye migrated to what layers, and they got an idea of what the
I remember when we lived in Kirkland. Dad took pictures of us. The film was C22. Today it's C41, or even today that's obsolete compared to. But it was C22 negative film. That when we lived in Kirkland, and I also remember back in the old days when it was K12, and I remember when I bought Kodachrome film, I would buy daylight film where I didn't have to have the filter, and then the indoor film where you used movie lights, or forgot what they were called, they're flood lamps. You took the filter off, and then if you filmed outside you had to put the daylight filter on the lens. If you're using Kodachrome 40, this Kodachrome 25 was the daylight film where you couldn't use it indoors. It was film that already had that dye, that warm filter with the daylight filter dye on the layer of the film, and it was sharper. Kodachrome 25 was ultimately what you want if you're going to be filming outside, because it was a little bit sharper than the Kodachrome 40. Ektachrome was ASA 160, couldn't be shot outdoors, but the grains, because it's a higher, faster film, the grains were much bigger, and so the images weren't ultimately as sharp.
Yeah.
So
you used to do a lot of work in that area.
Oh yeah.
When you were kids.
Those are the good old days when I made films and sent it in to get developed, and it was a thrill to put it on the projector and watch your footage when I got back. So those are the days.
But the VPH was the only one I know that had.
Yes, I do. The thing is, I have all this technology today, and I've lost all my ambition to do anything with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have a heyday if I was 17 and had all this latest equipment. I'd be putting YouTube videos up. I'd be putting stuff up on YouTube.
What you need then is to get that zip back.
Yeah, I know. No, that's just the way it goes. Let the next generation do it. I'm done. I'm ready. I'm already putting in my payments for the mausoleum. That's where I want to be buried. So.
Oh, that helps.
It does help a lot.
C41, baby.
I was just telling Bill about the good old days of C22. Back when I was a kid, my dad took pictures of us, and it was C22.
I have printed color prints from C22, and I had no problem with it. Yeah, it was very, very yellow, orangey looking.
Yeah, it was more orangey. It was more orangey.
It had a lot more yellow content, but you nullified that yellow, and you could bank on all the other colors falling into place where they're supposed to, including the shadow area.
Well, this is one thing I know about C22.
You wouldn't have to fake the shadow area by opening up your f-stop and giving this paper a freaking sun tone.
Yeah, just one thing I know about C22 is when I worked at Lightning Photo, C22 is a nightmare if you run it through the C41 machine. All the emulsion came off in the fix or something like that, and you had
actually ran C22
accidentally every once in a while we accidentally would run a C22.
I'd love to see what that does.
And we had to take apart the machine. We had to clean all the racks. We had to dump all the fixer, and it just made a total mess. We have to. Yep, that's right. So
my favorite one was to Dave Westbrook at CESI when he ran Jack Boucher's National Park Service 5x7 originals through the dryer rack when they were still wet, and the emulsion just peeled off on all the rollers, and Dave pulled out the original 5x7. It was Super Double X that he used. So I saw, nice notches. Oh, where did you get is this a test sheet? Were you doing and Dave, are you okay, Dave? Who is, hey, that's like Jack Boucher's film. What do you know? And he said, this is Jack Boucher's film. Well, Dave,
okay, we got to get going.